Hey guys. So, happy, what day is today? Thursday. Yeah. It's nice out. It's beautiful here. What are you guys doing? I don't know. What feelings do we got going on for today? I think I want to do the trash animals. So I was having this conversation with somebody last night, and they kind of brought this up. Um, and this is something that, I do this for kind of like kicks and giggles, right? I mean, it's good to have some positive reinforcement during the day, but for the most part, you don't want to look outside of yourself too much for external validation of what you should or shouldn't be doing, right? You should trust yourself, and if you don't trust yourself, then what are we doing, right? But it's nice to, and I heard somebody's perspective on this. The reason that we uh, do a mediumship is to kind of connect with the non-physical, because there's an evolutionary process that happens with the physical and the non-physical, right? The physical obviously is the created. We're creating this physical vessel. We are the creator. And we creating through even a soul, right? So even the soul that we are projecting through this vessel is being created by the creator. And that's is the more conscious you can make that process by unlocking parts of the subconscious, the better, right? I guess we're going to turn this into like a teaching video. And so it's curious to see if, any way that you can draw cards and maybe resonate with something else that somebody else is going through, to creating your own reality, right? You want to be in a state where you're positively impacting your own reality and the people around you to make, and at the same time cutting off a lot of things that are just trying to feed off of you, and then you're not really getting much out of it. Sometimes you have to be selfish, and at the same time, because that will force your environment to start growing on its own. Because if people get too or start to rely on someone too much, then they'll never learn to rely on themselves, right? Now this is different when it comes to children, the elderly, and the disabled. There's not much you can do about that. It's all of our responsibility to help take care of those three groups. And some people are in a state of mental disability where, I guess you could technically say, if you haven't ascended into some kind of light body, we're all kind of mentally disabled in some way, right? But we live in this, we're accessing this reality through this physical vessel. So it's like, you want to experience all those physical things, but at the same time, the non-physical, the way that you're thinking, the way that you're perceiving your environment and perceiving how yourself is all part of play to make sure that you're grounded, right? And you're not, in some kind of false reality where you think that, you're just constantly being attacked, from the outside. Because, realistically, I, we do kind of live in a feeding frenzy on this planet in some aspects, but for the most part, there's a lot of people trying to create positive things for one another. So, and you'll attract, as long as you're trying to positively influence your environment, you'll start attracting things that are trying to positively influence you, right? So, let's see what the trash animals have to say. Saying that, senior citizens, support and guidance. There we go. I love this card. We had this card before. I think we talked about it. This senior citizen. So we got animals around a senior citizen. We're getting support and guidance. What else do we have to say? Athleticism. This is a great card. This mouse is like doing a slam dunk of eating like an apple core into a trash can. That's athleticism, right? If you're a mouse and you could jump high enough to get to the top of a trash can and slam dunk an apple core, oh yeah, that's what we're talking. Relationships and alignment. The plate of pasta and meatballs. It's not in the trash. Relationships and alignment. So yeah, you can come into in an alignment with your relationships. Um, it's important, right? Alignment and relationships. So let's go to the traditional tarot card deck and see. I want to see more about this relationships and alignment. How are we aligning with our relationships? Are we aligning well? Are we what are we doing? The Magician. Ooh. Magic time. Two of Wands. I love this card. We got the whole world in our hands, thinking about, what do we need to do next. I'll share with you guys, me personally, because I like to share myself, and I think this is something that's missing from some channels, right? I want to hear the breeders, how the breeders are doing the things that they talk about in their readings, right? Yeah. So when we got the world in our hands and we're looking out and we're in our magician energy, thinking about projects. I mean, I had a project that I really wanted to start, just unlocking the human potential, right? If we're all connected in like a crystalline matrix where we can expand our minds. And for one thing, if you were connected right, where you weren't in any kind of narcissistic relationship where none of us were trying to control one another, we're just, at peace and letting our minds expand and see where that leads us to what ideas get generated as far as what we can do for one another. I mean, this is something that I would love to teach to children, right? And to expand their awareness. New ideas to be generated instead of holding on to old energetic patterns. Make sure we're cutting off all the old stuff from the past and connecting in healthy ways where we're actually connected in person instead of virtually. I mean, I'm talking to you guys on a YouTube channel, but it's much funner, right, if you can talk to people in person and interact with people in person and create groups where you're building things together. I mean, I loved going to work. I just hated the negative aspects about work, of the control mechanisms in work and the inability to be innovative, right? We all want to be innovative. Who wants to do stuff that we've always done before? Four Swords. So we're protecting our inner peace. This is a card of innovation, right? The Page of Wands. This is like the card of innovation. New ideas. What can we do? It's new. Wheel of Fortune. Nine of Pentacles. We're in our Nine of Pentacles energy. And the Knight of Pentacles. This is a slow-moving card. I mean, see, this guy is on his horse, slowly building over time. A lot of contemplation and just easy living, right? I don't know how you guys feel about this. And strength. Let's get an Oracle card. There's just a lot of patience. This to me is just like all patience and slow moving creative energy that eventually will produce something, but there's really not getting The sun. Our sun energy. It's not bad. It's just living at ease. This is one of the most benign readings I think I've ever pulled out, right? There's just not much going on. Strong, living sun, Nine of Pentacles, staying grounded, slow moving, staying in the middle of the wheel. I don't know. Let me know how you guys feeling. How does this resonate with you? Take what resonates and leave the rest behind, right? So, yeah. Be fearless. Be fearless. Be fearless, guys. Whatever it is you got going on, just be fearless. Yeah. Always try to get to that state of being that is always just at peace, and then you can share that peace with the people around you. And I think you become naturally abundant that way, because when you're at peace, it's just easy to be around people that are at peace, and then it's easy to do what you're asked, right? Ask me to do something. Sure, I'd love to do that. Be great. Love you guys. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one.